This week in Pokemon Go, you will have an opportunity to get Shiny Meltan for the very first time in a long while, and it is going to be through the Steeled Resolved event. And alongside it, we're also going to be getting a Team GO Rocket Takeover event, which you will not want to miss out on. And I'm going to be talking about all of this along with other things happening this week in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your week is starting off really well, and let's get right into it. So, Shiny Meltan. This is one of those shiny Pokemon that players have been always wanting in Pokemon Go, but of course, it doesn't often get released. I think it's one of those Pokemon that gets released maybe every year or maybe every other year. But yeah, looks like the opportunity is going to be coming really soon with this week because we're getting the Steeled Resolved event and you will have a chance at getting Shiny Meltan when you open up a mystery box. Now, in order to get a mystery box open, you basically just need to send a Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and when you do that, you'll have a chance to get Meltan. It works just like an incense, where every so often you're going to get yourself a Meltan spawn, and this time around, it will have a chance at being a shiny. So, this is going to be a huge week. This is a very important event for you to pick up Shiny Meltan, even if you already have yourself a good one, or a bunch of them. They're still worth getting because people will always ask for it in trades. And then on top of that, this is also a week where we're going to be getting a Team GO Rocket Takeover event, which in my opinion is one of the most important events that we have every so often. You do not want to miss out on them because of certain bonuses. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the Steeled Resolved event, and then also let's talk about this Team GO Rocket Takeover event. The Steeled Resolved event is going to start on Tuesday, April 28th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go for a week until Monday, May 4th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. This event is going to feature a Pokemon debut, which is going to be Orthworm, and this is a Pokemon that will also have its shiny debut as well. And of course, we're also going to be able to get Meltan during this event. Actually, you can get Meltan at any time. You're just going to be able to get the shiny form. This is one of those events where the shiny version of Meltan is potentially obtainable through the mystery box. So definitely keep that in mind. This is something that does not happen often, and you do not want to miss out on this opportunity. Now, we're also going to be getting a flurry of different electric type 1 steel type wild encounters. These will include Magnemite, Aron, Ferroseed, as well as Pawniard, and their shiny forms are also going to be obtainable, so if you're missing any of these shinies, just keep that in mind. We're also going to be getting various Pokemon from Field Research Task rewards. These will include Magnemite, Pineco, Nosepass, Bronzor, Drillbur, Ferroseed, as well as Beldum and Shieldon. And these are the Pokemon that are going to be spawning in raids during this event. You're going to be able to get Honedge, Shieldon, Beldum, and the new Pokemon Earthworm. Earthworm looks like it's going to be a raid exclusive Pokemon, and I'm a little disappointed by that, but really it's not the major highlight for this event. It's going to be Shiny Meltan. So if you want to at least do one of these raids to get the Pokedex entry, feel free to do so. You're going to be able to get it from 3-star raids. Now let's talk about the Steeled Resolved Taken Over event. This Steeled Resolved Taken Over event is going to start on Thursday, April 30th, 2026 at 12 o'clock a.m. and it's going to go until Monday, May 4th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. These are going to be the event bonuses during this Taken Over event. Team GO Rocket will appear more frequently at Pokestops and in balloons. You're going to get balloons a lot more frequently. I believe it's every 3 hours, so that's a great way to pick up those mysterious components and also collect some Shadow Pokemon. You can also use a Charge TM during this event to remove frustration off of Shadow Pokemon. This is probably the big bonus that a lot of people look forward to with these Taken Over events. So definitely utilize this. Make sure you remove frustration off of all of your Shadow Pokemon utilizing Charge TMs or Elite Charge TMs. And then Pokemon caught via 1-star and 3-star Shadow raids during the event are going to have a wider variance of attack, defense, and HP IVs. If you want to get one that is going to be good for PvP, this will be your opportunity to get it from raid battles. And also, for the very first time in Pokemon Go, we are going to be able to get Shiny Varoom from 12-kilometer eggs. So if you hatch 12-kilometer eggs during this event, you will be able to pick up Shiny Varoom if you're lucky. Of course, these eggs eggs have to be obtained after this taken over event starts, so do keep that in mind. And then also we're going to see the debut of a new Shadow legendary Pokemon, and this one might actually prove to be good. We're going to be able to get Shadow Incarnate Form Landorus from Team GO Rocket leader battles, specifically with Giovanni and the Super Rocket Radar. So if you've been holding on to a bunch of Super Rocket Radars for a while and you're looking for a Pokemon worth getting, this could be it, although I will say it's still probably worth saving those Super Rocket Radars, but Incarnate Form Landorus could prove to be a pretty decent ground-type Pokemon, but I do think it's still not going to be good as its other form, the Terrian form, so you might want to hold off on that, but if you want this particular Shadow Legendary, then you could do the Super Rocket Radar battles and pick it up. We're also going to see a plethora of new Shadow Pokemon, and Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo are going to have different Shadow Pokemon in their arsenal. So, you're going to be able to get Shadow Helioptile, Shadow Dewpider, Shadow Morlul, as well as Shadow Stuffle. Out of all these, I don't think any of them really stand out, maybe for PvP, but at least for Stuffle and Dewpider, there is some potential there for PvP specifically, so be on the lookout for these specific Shadow Pokemon. Alright, finally, now let's go over the weekly content, starting with Max Battles. So, of course, during this week, we are going to be getting Shuckle in Max Battles. This is not necessarily an impactful Pokemon, but it is incredibly difficult. So if you want this particular one, you will need to bring your best Dynamax Pokemon in order to beat it. Some people will like Shuckle because of just how tanky it is. It could be a really great stall for certain Dynamax content. So yeah, it's definitely going to be one worth getting if you're really serious about Max Battles, but I'm assuming most players will just not care about it. And then 5-star raids, we're going to continue to have Tapu Koko until April 28th, but on April 29th onwards, we're going to get Tapu Lele. If you need any of these Pokemon, make sure you go and raid for them. They're going to be available in 5-star raids. And then finally, in Mega Evolution raids during this week, we're going to have Mega Banette. It's pretty decent as a ghost-type Mega Evolution, so yeah, if you still do not have this, make sure you do a couple of Mega raids in order to get the Mega Energy for this Pokemon. And then also during this week, we're going to be getting Shadow Latios and Shadow Legendary raids. If you want this particular Shadow Legendary Pokemon, make sure you do a couple of them so that you could pick up the shiny. But yeah, they're going to be available for the whole week. And then when it comes to PvP, until this Tuesday, April 28th, we're going to continue to have the Open Great League, Open Ultra League, as well as the Open Master League. And just so you know, this season is going to be ending in about a month, so make sure you get as many battles in so that you can get the maximum amount of end of season rewards. And then up until the end of the week, we're going to have the Open Great League as well as the Fantasy Cup Great League Edition. Make sure you utilize these battles to get some higher ranks before the season ends. Alright, there you have it. This is everything going on in Pokemon Go during this week, and like I said, it's going to be a very important one because of this Steeled Resolve event. And then on top of that, the Team GO Rocket Takeover event. You do not want to miss out on any of that. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Basically, just make sure you open up your mystery boxes, make sure you send a Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and then when the cooldown is done, then do it all again. You will want to open up the mystery box as many times as possible throughout this week, and also make sure you allot some time to actually catch as many Meltan as you can. Even if you do not find a shiny, you should still catch those Meltan just for the candies, because it takes a lot of candies to evolve Meltan into Melmetal. So yeah, that's something you should keep in mind. But yeah, that's it. There is nothing else going on. Yeah, it's just this event. Show your thoughts regarding this week down below. Is there something in particular that you're looking forward to? Are you really excited about Shiny Meltan? Are you excited about the Team GO Rocket Takeover event happening on the weekend? Share all those thoughts and let's have a great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to support my channel, best way you can do that is by hitting the like button for this video. Make sure you subscribe if it's your first time here, and also turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also check out the links in the description below. One of them is my Patreon page. If you become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. So if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, do consider go and check out my Patreon. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. I'm Jinsula. Have yourself a great week. Be safe. Have fun. Love yourself. And I'll catch you all later.
모험이 시작돼 모두 다